super quick video on lesson 2 in order to help you out. So the very first thing on this worksheet or this packet that you need to do is you need to do some noticing and wondering. So you have got 3 graphs. You have, and they all have to do with battery life, right? So you've got a dot plot, which I've indicated, histogram, and a box plot. So this is basically, if you've forgotten, oh, what's a dot plot, what's a histogram, what's a box plot. So what you're going to do is I'd like you to do noticing and wondering. If you could do one of each noticing and wondering for each graph, that would be terrific. All right, so you're just going to write it down on that sheet. Moving on, the next part of this lesson has to do with producing or creating a histogram. So you've got a situation where you are measuring, or you have counted how many days it took for your tomato plants to produce fruit. And what you're going to do is you are going to create a histogram based on that information. So you've got all these numbers. What do these numbers represent? That's the data, and that data represents the number of days. All right, so 47 means this variety of tomatoes took 47 days to produce fruit. The next one took 52 days. What's really nice is if you read the table from the left-hand side to the right side, so like this, from here to here, you're going to notice that it goes in order. 47, 52, 53, 55. So the data's already been ordered for you, which makes this super nice. So what I did was I color-coded to kind of get you started. Notice how many times do you see data between 40 and 50? One time. So you got 47, shows up once. Frequency is you're just simply counting the number of data points in that range. So between 50 and 60, there's 4. Notice where I put 60. I put 60 in the orange. So I counted up between 60 and 70. I got 9. Right? Notice 70 should go on the next one. All right, so you're going to go ahead and complete this table. Then based on that, you are then going to create a histogram and use these set of axes. So between 40 and 50, again, I'll get you started. How many plants did we have between 40 and 50? We'll go back up to your table. You got 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw I call them an interval, just like that. You can shade it in and notice that it goes to 1. Remember, histograms touch. The bars touch. So make sure you have no spaces there. All right, so after you do that, I want you to just think about, so what is it telling you? What kind of information can you get from a histogram? All right, so you're going to notice on page 3 on this video, I'm like, don't do. So don't do number 3, and do not do, are you ready for more? Again, I'm using this as a way for you to review how to make a histogram. All right, so now let's go to the next page. Now you're going to create a box plot. And the box plot is going to be on the same data. So you've got the data right there, and it kind of walks you through what you need to do. So number 1 kind of tells you what to do. It asks you to find the median. Remember how you find the median. You all know how to do that. So you're going to insert that right here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take, again, I'm going to go back and demonstrate this. So remember, you've got all this data. And you're going to, you found the median, whatever that is, and then you're going to count 15 numbers, the 15 smallest numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So right there. So all those numbers that I've kind of shown you right there, you're going to find the median of those numbers. All right? Then, after you find the median of those numbers, that is Q1. You're going to do that for the last 15 numbers. And that's going to be Q3. In fact, right here, you're going to find Q1, which is the median of the lower 15. And then it asks you, what does this value mean? So I want you to think about it. Can you answer that question? Then you're going to find Q3. That's where you take the last 15 numbers, right? And from there, it says, oh, add the minimum and maximum. Well, I made your life a little easy in that I added the minimum number, which is the smallest, and the largest number, which is 90. All right, now what you need to do is you've got to remember our conversations in class. How do you create that box plot? And remember, those numbers in that table above are a 5-number summary. You've got your minimum, your maximum, median, Q1, Q3. That's what makes up those 5 numbers that are in the table at the top of this page. All right, so go ahead and do that. And then you're going to notice on the next page, you've got a summary. So let's just say you get stuck. This is not the same data, but let's just say you go, gosh, I really don't remember how to do a box plot. So this kind of summarizes what it looks like, right? You've got a histogram. There's a histogram. Here's your box plot. So you might want to take a look at this and go, can I figure it out on my own? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create the box plot for you. But if you truly don't know how to do a box plot, I would strongly suggest you Google it and just watch like a con video or something on box plots, okay? Best of luck. So that is lesson 2, to use it as a review. What I'm going to teach you next week, you're going to love this, is we're going to use Desmos to create these graphs. But I want you to understand what makes up the graphs before we actually use technology to do that. All right, I will see you next week. Make sure you get the rest of the assignments done that are due and that I want you to do during fourth period today. Okay, before I leave you, I wanted to show you really quickly. I gave you the answers for the box plot. So up here, I've given you the minimum, Q1, median, Q3, maximum, right? And down here, I created the box plot. Your minimum is right here. Here's your Q1 line. Here's your median. Here's your Q3 line. Here's your maximum. And you create your box plot. All right? So, best of luck, and I'll see you next week.